States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moment of prayer. Thank you.
Council President Fire,
Here.
Alderman Wadawa,
Here.
Alderwoman Calderon,
Here.
Alderman Brickner,
Here.
Alderman Damon,
Here.
Alderwoman Fliss.
Here.
Telephonic meeting? None.
And the meeting has been properly posted and noticed.
Public hearing.
Notice is hereby given that the Common Council of the City of St. Francis will hold a public hearing in the council chambers of the St. Francis Civic Center, 3400 East Howard Avenue, St. Francis, Wisconsin, on Tuesday, August 19th, 2025, at 7 p.m. to hear responses from the public regarding the recommendation by the Planning Commission to amend the use table for non-residential districts 455B to include a convent, rectory, and seminary as one of the uses for which a special use permit may be issued in the I-1 institutional district. Copies of that proposed revised table and related ordinance to amend the table were available for viewing in the office of the city clerk treasurer during regular business hours.
Is there anyone that would like to speak at this public hearing? Is there anyone that would like to speak at this public hearing? Is there anyone that would like to speak at this public hearing? The public hearing is closed.
It's only on that issue.
On the public hearing,
Yeah, public hearing is totally separate from citizens' comments. Citizens' comments is number 6. Presentation, none.
you need to close the public.
Citizens' comments will be limited to 2 minutes, and I know it says on here only for stuff that's on the agenda. Since this is new, you can speak for whatever you want. Just know for next time.
Close.
The public hearing is closed.
And they'll call you as you're
Are
signed
you,
up.
are you Judy? Okay.
Yes,
Can you state your name and address, please?
Grahowski, 3304 East Thompson Avenue. And thank you for saying that I can speak to something that's not on the agenda per se. I was here at the last meeting, and I just want to echo the many comments about being against moving the library. But I also have a comment about something else that could go in the space, and that is, I know someone talked about some sort of public market. I think it would be really wise to see about getting a Trader Joe's or a Fresh Time or some kind of little grocery franchise such as one of those, because there's a lot of population around. I know studies get done, but I'd go to a grocery store there. It's a lot more convenient for me than to head up KK or to head over to Pick and Save, and they have products I'd probably like to buy. So good luck with all the resolutions of this, but please do not move the library. Thank you.
Thank you.
Eileen Klubertons?
Eileen Klubertons, 4032 South Barland Avenue. I just have one question that nobody has ever asked. Do you know what the actual occupancy of all the apartments that we currently have in the city? Is it at 95%? Is it at 70%? Is it at 50%? I don't know. Do you all know what the occupancy rate is for the city?
For citizens' comments, it's not for us to go back and forth. It's just for you to tell us your concerns. You can call us, stop in and talk to us, but this isn't what it is for. We do not go back and forth with you, please.
I know you're not going to answer my question.
We will, but just not at this moment,
Answer it sooner than later.
right after this meeting.
Wow, that was not acceptable.
Sean, next.
It's not acceptable to curse at.
She's new at this. I get it. Go ahead.
Joy Adams? I don't have anything. Okay. Darlene Stenzel?
There's one or two comments I didn't finish saying the last time I spoke in regards to my opposition for the library. It's, I don't agree moving a city public tax-free building to a spot that we have put aside for tax purpose income for the city. That's one. And I've heard from other neighbors that haven't come to the meeting that have said the only reason they haven't come to the meeting is they work. One is a mother with 2 little kids, and by the time she gets home, it's 6 o'clock. By the time she gets the 2 little kids, one's a baby and one's only 2.5 fed. But she said, please make her voice be heard, that she's against it also, that she's looking forward to starting to take her toddler to tot time and some of the things now that she's getting old enough to do these things. And she feels that that building is nice. She's been there before in the children's library and the adult library. So again, please look carefully, cross all the T's, dot all the I's, make sure it's a good move for the community, not just for the developer. And that's it.
Thank you.
Sherry Elliott?
Sherry Elliott, 2602 East Ellerton Avenue. And as I talk to friends and family about what's going on in the city, one of my best friends is a former teacher at Willow Glen, and she was heartbroken that you would move the library away from the school. She used to take her kids and walk them down to the library. My other neighbor, who I take care of, and I'm her POA, she can't live in the city because there's no care for her. She has to be in assisted living. She was heartbroken because she used to work and volunteer at the library.
Can you step just a little closer to the microphone, please?
She would, my neighbor, former neighbor, and I take care of her. I'm her POA. She was absolutely heartbroken that you would move the library when she was a volunteer there. So I just want you to know that a lot of people can't make it to these meetings. And then I had a little family walk down the street, and I said, do you take your little one to the library? And they said, oh, he just loves the library. It's his favorite place. You really have to understand the effect that this will have on this community. So I'm just asking you to be aware of the sentiment that is in this community for the library. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think Joy would like to speak now, actually.
Did you want to speak, Joy?
Take your time.
I
Take
saw
your
the
time.
motions, Joy.
Okay, I just want to make a statement. A while ago, went to the,
Can we get your name and address,
oh,
please?
Joy Adams, 3215 East Thompson Avenue.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I went to the police academy. Is that what it's called?
Citizens Academy?
Citizens Academy.
Yes, ma'am.
It's one of the best things I've ever gone to, okay? Like, dislike, or whatever thing, I really learned a lot. It opens up your eyes. And this is just my suggestion, I think, and it's not only for St. Francis, I think this is for everywhere, that people, especially elected officials and all that, people, it's worth your time, and I think it makes a big difference if you could go through that, through the police or the Citizens Academy. Okay, and the other one is, I'm against moving the library. I think it's a great library. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more? Is there anyone else that would like to speak for citizens' comments? Thank you. Moving on. Consent agenda. Is there any alderperson like anything removed?
Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as listed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Recommendation of action from committees, commissions, and boards. Action be taken from the licensing committee meeting held August 19th, 2025. Don?
Mayor, we're looking for a beverage operator's license for Richard J. Hackle.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
Next, we're looking for a temporary alcohol beverage license for St. Francis Days, August 29th through August 31st, 2025, 4230 South KK. Rick Hackle is president.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
That is all from licensing, Mayor.
Thank you, Don. Action to be taken from finance? None. Action to be taken from bargaining? None. Action to be taken from the Board of Public Works? None. Action to be taken from the Planning Commission? None. Resolutions and ordinances. Ordinance to repeal and recreate the use table for non-residential districts, 455B, under Section 455-60 of the City of St. Francis Code of Ordinances. Paul?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a revision to the non-residential use table in the city's zoning code, Chapter 455. The solitary change to the use table would be to make the use of group residential, under group residential, make convent, rectory, or monastery a special use in the I-1, in the IU institutional district. This follows the seminary's request for PUD status so that they could make revisions and expansions to their property.
Motion to repeal and recreate.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Discussion items with possible action. City of St. Francis Premium Summary, Property, Liability, Auto Workers' Comp. Mark or Paul?
It's in the packet. It's pretty self-explanatory. There's very little change to our insurance from last year for premiums compared to this year.
You just need this put on file then?
Recommendation is to approve.
Also move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Application for special event, St. Francis Days Parade.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Appointments to committees, commissions, and boards. None. Correspondence with possible action or referral. None. Unfinished business. None. Other businesses. None. Department heads. Young William.
Thank you. A few items for you tonight. PPI program. We are, as I've previously indicated, we're planning on starting the construction, getting that out to bid in fall for residential properties. There's also a deadline in October for an additional work plan. So we're currently just drafting that for staff review, and that's to prevent the loss of funds if that's not in place. Retner Park, we had a public information meeting last Wednesday. We had 28 people completed the sign-in sheet and signed comment sheets, and there were 16 signed comment sheets. Those notes have been sent to staff, and we're going to evaluate before next steps are determined. Environmental, we have received just minor modifications to our closure document and resubmitted. Right now, we're just waiting for closure timeline from DNR. Lunham and KK issue, order issue, I just wanted to bring up one point of clarification on that. The order loggers that were installed, those were installed by MMSD. The reason we're doing that, we recognize there's an odor there. There is a question between the city and MMSD as far as the origination of that. So rather than essentially just accepting what MMSD is looking at, we are using odor loggers to evaluate the source of those in an effort to hopefully not have any funds from the city spent to be able to rectify that issue. So that's the reason we're proceeding at this point. And right now, we're just waiting for additional data. Waterford Avenue, we have been provided the preliminary plans from Milwaukee Waterworks. I have a meeting with them tomorrow to discuss the design scope and schedule. Diggers Hotline, the City of St. Francis Public Works staff has started completing underground locates as of August 4th. Through today's date, city staff have completed a total of 46 locates for storm and sanitary sewer utilities. the CDBG annual submission. I'll be presenting that on Monday, September 8th to the Milwaukee County Board. And then 2025 street improvement plans, construction on both phases, still going on as scheduled. Paving was completed today on Waterford Place and Hately, so at this point, all streets have been paved. As of right now, we're anticipating that restoration, which is essentially the planting of grass and restoration behind the curb line, will occur next week, which will be the final phase of the project. And with that, I pass.
Chief Poplar?
Mayor, this meeting is moving a little too fast, so I'm going to slow it down with some information. We're going to start with the USA Triathlon. So this was year number 1 of a 10-year contract with the city of Milwaukee, Milwaukee metropolitan area. They're going to be here next year, and then I believe there's a year or 2 break. They're back for 2 years, a year or 2 break. Anyways, it was year 1 of the 10. Now, we're well versed at this, and never have we been more of a well-oiled machine than this year. We had Captain Jensen.
Grab that one.
Here we
To grab that. Oh, thank you.
Can you hear me? Okay, it's back.
Sort of maybe.
All right. Captain Jensen was in the Unified Command Center downtown, which helped immensely with the mutual aid units with both Cudahy Fire, Cudahy Police, St. Francis Fire, St. Francis Police. We had a couple of incidents with the bicyclists, one transport, nothing very major, but again, we're very well versed at this by now, so it was a welcome sight. I'll tell you from the standpoint of the spectators and the event staff and the participants, it's their favorite venue in the entire nation. And when you look at any media from USA Triathlon, we're highlighted. Howard Avenue is highlighted, Lake Drive, and it's basically put out to internationally. So it's a kudos to our city. So that was the number one. We had some rain.
A little bit.
All right, so we had I confirmed it with Bill, but yeah, we were just under 10.5 inches of rain in that 24-hour period in the city of St. Francis. We did have one house with entire rear foundation wall cave in. We had a couple of reports of some moisture in the basement. All in all, with 10.5 inches of rain, the city of St. Francis fared very well, and especially in comparison to a lot of our other neighborhood, neighborhood cities and suburbs. I do have to remind everyone that if you do have flood damage from that storm, to call 211 or go on the website to report it. They're working tirelessly to try to get FEMA to visit and declare, for reimbursement. Now, I've been working with the department heads and Dave especially. We fared beyond well with our public property, our public buildings, our infrastructure. So we have very little to report as far as from a city standpoint, which is excellent. But if there are any citizens, business owners, they still have time to call the 211 for that information to be collected, because it's the only thing we really have working for us to put some pressure on FEMA to make that declaration and get funds. Also, Jackie is not here from the health department, but she wanted me to remind everybody that they have clean assistants and they do have cleanup kits. So if people are unsure what to do about mold or mold prevention or squeegees and that type of stuff, that the St. Francis South Milwaukee Health Department does have flood cleanup kits available. So just get a hold of their offices. Last Thursday, we had a fire at the church on 4200 South Kinnickinnick, the Casa de Orion, the congregation. We had a fire. The police department got sent to a burglar alarm. 5 minutes later, we got dispatched to a fire alarm. And upon arrival, we got further notification of a water flow alarm, which means that the sprinkler system had been activated. So the sprinkler system, I'm not going to say saved the entire building. The sprinkler system did absolutely what it was supposed to do. It kept the fire to the actual area of origin, not even the room of origin, but the pinpoint area of it. So we had an excellent response, excellent extinguishment. We had just had to augment the sprinkler system, but it was taken care of all in a matter of probably about 20 minutes. So damage is limited to under $10,000, and for a structure that big with that amount of contents, that's a really good. That's the old
That's
Teleview.
the old Teleview.
Yeah, I should have just said Teleview. But anyways, excellent response from our mutual aid partners and from our own staffing and from the police department. I don't know if any of you know, but we had a balcony collapse in the city. All right, so we had that just a few days ago. Again, excellent response from our staff, from our police department. We were able to call it a rescue is stretching it. We removed people from their apartments and made sure that the rest of it was structurally stable, and that we had a collapse zone set up, and it was referred to the building inspector's office. I've never, in 26 years of this line of work, had so many media inquiries over an incident that didn't result in one injury. So I have friends in Chicago fire area and DC that have seen it. I even had the reporters tell me it's a slow news week. So I guess when the rain dries up, we look for balconies. Anyways, with that said, I'm going to use this statement: no one can whistle a symphony. And in instances like the fire, in instances like the triathlon, in instances like the balcony collapse, you have the police department there along with us. We needed a collapse zone set up. We had Dave from the DPW out there in a matter of minutes with barricades for us to put out there. Our building inspector was there before the sun even came up. And you'll see that. I just want everyone to know that, yes, we work as a team, but it's excellent. Everybody played a part in it. Like I said, no one can whistle a symphony. It takes all of us. And the last thing I have, positive note, for the first time, so we're finding a large deficit in qualified applicants for firefighter, paramedic. Whereas 20 years ago, 2,000 people would test for 10 jobs. It's not the case anymore. So for the first time in our history, we have a dual enrollment student starting. They go to high school for half the day. They go to MATC. Then they intern with us during the day. But I'm hoping to start homegrowing some candidates for that within our community. And we had an intern that wasn't part of the dual enrollment, but kind of did along the lines of it, going to the Joint Fire Training Academy starting in September, which would make him a viable candidate after graduating that in paramedic school. So, but it's nice. It's the first time MATC's ran a dual enrollment program. Waukesha County Tech has been doing it for years. It's the first class. We have a student in the first class that will be reporting for intern duty at our fire station, and then also attending MATC. So when that student is done with his senior year of high school, he will have Fire 1, Fire 2, and his EMT license. So we'll be able to send him to paramedic school. So he's happy to be on board. He has never been measured and fit for so much clothing and uniforms as he was yesterday. So I thought that was funny. And with that, I pass.
Thank you, Chief. Captain?
Thanks. I just want to echo what Chief Poplar had said. That triathlon, it was awesome. It was seamless. So I was the incident commander for the police side here in the city, and he said, Captain Jensen was in the command post downtown Milwaukee. And so when a bicyclist would go down, needed a bike repair, was injured, I could call Captain Jensen instantly, and he was on top of it. As a matter of fact, I was calling him so much that his wife got jealous, I think. So, so anyways, on a personnel note, Holly McManus, Detective McManus, is leaving our department. After almost 18 years with St. Francis Police, she's resigning. Her last official day in the books is this Friday. She's taking a job with the state. So we wish her well. Police clerks, I wanted to let the council know we're hurting for police clerks right now. So we have four part-time police clerks, one full-time, as you know, with Christie. One gal had resigned a couple months ago. We haven't replaced that position yet, and I just found out that the other one injured herself, is going to be out for about 6 weeks. So we need to shrink the hours of our window just because we don't have the personnel. So starting Wednesday, it's going to be at 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. No Saturdays, no Sundays. Of course, people can always push the button outside the lobby, and dispatch monitors the cameras and monitors that, that button. So if somebody needs police assistance, they can get police assistance. We don't have the bodies to have a physical person there after 6 and on the weekend. So I just want to make you all aware of that. As soon as that person comes back, and as soon as we can hire somebody, we'll go back to our hours, our old hours. Other than that, last thing, National Night Out. I don't know who was all there, but it went very well. It was well attended. And again, like Chief Poplar said, that's all teamwork. Not one person can pull it off by themselves. So with that, I pass.
Thank you, Captain. Rebecca?
Nothing this evening, Mayor.
Thank you. Paul?
I'll pass this evening, Mayor. Thank you.
Mark?
Pass, Mayor, thank you.
TV actor, movie actor. Matt? Damon?
Thanks, Mayor. Yeah, just really want to commend the police and fire. It's certainly been a busy few days here, a couple of weeks with the rain and the triathlon and all the other moving parts, the National Night Out. And you guys just consistently rise to the occasion. Your departments consistently rise to the occasion. And it's just proud to see it, proud to be part of a community that has a team such as yourselves. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Steve?
I'll pass this evening, sir.
Thank you, Don.
Good evening, Mayor. Just a couple of things. First of all, as far as the one constituent out there had mentioned about a grocery store, we have inquired about that. We're in continue to inquire about that because it was that is a good idea. You can't survive on Pick and Save. Sorry. And secondly, there has been no change, no new information on the library, so they haven't changed my mind on that subject. And in that, all I want to say is the last time that I considered that the library was mobile, we called it the Bookmobile. And with that, I'll pass.
You had Dewey Decimal System then too, right, Don?
What's that?
You had Dewey Decimal System back then? Debbie?
I just want to congratulate everyone on the National Night Out. I thought it was great, and I do know that you all work together and along with DPW and any help you get from all the city staff. So I thank all the staff for what they do.
Thank you, Debbie. Sarah?
I'll pass this evening, sir.
Thank you. Sean?
So I just want to point out at the National Night Out, your outreach pays off because we have other communities that come to our National Night Out and they tell us they actually have more fun representing at ours than their own communities. So that's a testament to all of you guys coming forward with that. As far as the library, again, it was one comment from one developer. Nobody from the council has ever pursued this. There is no decision. Everybody keeps selling this like it's something that's been determined. It has not. It was a developer that came forward and said, hey, would it be nice if we built you a brand new shiny library? And it exploded into something it's not. I agree with you 100% on all of those stores, especially a Trader Joe. That would be my pick, my favorite, or Fresh Time. But, Fresh Time's amazing. But it was one developer. There is no determination. If we didn't entertain what developers brought forward, then we would get chastised as closing the doors and not being open-minded to what's being offered to the community. There has been no determination. There hasn't even been a formal presentation. However, I do applaud all of you for being here, for telling us how you view the library, how you feel about the library. It speaks volumes to your concern for the community, and you should stay engaged. And I do really genuinely appreciate that. We are limited what we can discuss in the meeting, but you will find we are approachable after the meeting. So if you want to stick around and talk to us, we're available. Although tonight we do have a closed session, so he's going to give us a very short period in between the meetings. So again, I do appreciate you all being here. Our numbers are posted. They're on the city website. Everybody knows our address thanks to somebody on social media, so you can come by, knock anytime before 9 p.m., and I will be happy to chat with any one of you. And thank you again for coming this evening, and with that, I'll save the rest of my comments for closed session.
Thank you, Sean. Captain Blunt, National Night Out, not only a home run, but bases loaded, home run. Every single one of you, the fire department, DPW, awesome, as always. You guys set the bar for every other city. Personally, I want to say thank you. And for the grocery store, been alderman 2016 to 2018 and mayor since 2018. Every year, we're trying to get them here. They do a big circle with the city and say, fish don't buy. I say, build it and they'll come. Do you know this place called Bayview? They'll come over. So we are trying. We really, really are. And again, like what Sean said, thank you for coming. Your voice does matter. Kudos for you coming out and giving us your thoughts and opinions. I appreciate that. And with that, we'll be going to closed session.
Adjourn into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin State Statute 19.851E, deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Negotiating development agreement, Cream City Investments, KGI Construction, Triangle Property Parcel Number 543-9996, and negotiating sales agreement 1306 East Bolivar Avenue.
And a partridge and a pear
I'll
tree.
motion to go into closed session via roll call vote.
Second.
Council President Fire?
Aye.
Alderman Wadawa?
Aye.
Alderwoman Calderon?
Aye.
Alderman Brickner?
Aye.
Alderman Damon?
Aye.
Alderwoman Fliss?
Aye.
We'll take 5 minutes and we'll be in closed session then.